Is she your girlfriend?
Yeah, yeah.
What's going on tonight?
I'm gonna be totally honest.
She was the one who opened the door first. He walked in right after her. They both knew exactly what they were risking. She had a boyfriend, and he had a wife and kids. But still, they crossed that line anyway. This wasn't love, it was more like an addiction, you know? At the bar, he literally didn't let her out of his sight for even a second. He refused to share her with another man, even though he already had a whole family at home. And honestly, that right there, that made him even more dangerous. When they stepped into the apartment, the camera caught her face looking drained, exhausted. His face? Oh my God, it showed this weird, almost unsettling confidence. Like everything that was about to happen, he'd already decided it long ago. The door closed behind them, and then, behind those walls, things started that no camera will ever show. At 2:50 in the morning, he called 911.
How can I help you?
I got a girl who shot herself in the head.
Where's the gun? Where's the gun?
It's the gun is right here. I have a conceal and carry license.
Is she still alive? Is she alive? Is she breathing?
No.
Before we jump in, just a quick favor. If you could support the channel, just hit subscribe, drop a like, and if you can, share this video, that would be amazing. Seriously, it helps so much to keep these investigations coming. And while you're watching, write in the comments where you're watching from and what the weather's like over there. I'm really curious which is colder tonight, outside or after this story. All right, let's get into it. Because what happened that night, it chills the blood more than any winter frost ever could. These events unfolded in the city of St. Paul, the capital of Minnesota. It's the second largest city in the state. After Minneapolis, they sit right next to each other, separated only by the Mississippi River. Locals call them the Twin Cities, and St. Paul is considered the quieter one. Life here moves a little slower, people greet each other on the street, and most houses still keep that late 19th century architecture. The city is known for its harsh winters. On average, temperatures in winter drop to around minus 15 degrees Celsius, and on the coldest days, it can go down to minus 30. Lakes turn into ice rinks. Trees look like frozen sculptures. On a snowy night, a quiet street lit by dim streetlights looks almost magical. Tourists even come here just for that winter atmosphere and those evening walks along the Mississippi riverfront. Locals like to say, "Our winters are freezing, but our hearts are warm." And honestly, yeah, St. Paul is listed as one of the safest cities in Minnesota. The rate of violent crimes here is way below the national average. It's the kind of place where nights are usually silent, and the only sounds outside your window are the wind and the snow tapping against the glass. So when, at 3 in the morning, flashing police lights suddenly lit up one of the houses, it felt like the whole city woke up in a state of frozen shock. In the very heart of this peaceful city lived 32-year-old nurse Alexandra Alex Pennig. At first glance, just a regular young woman. Easy smile, relaxed vibe, friends, cats, renting an apartment in a quiet neighborhood. Someone who could easily keep a conversation going, but also truly listen. But underneath that image, there was way more than just a safe life. Those who knew her more closely would say, she always carried herself with confidence, but sometimes you could see something in her eyes like she was fighting herself. Alex was born in a small town not far from Minneapolis. Her parents, Jim and Mary Jo Pennig, were simple, hard-working people. Her father worked in construction, and her mother was a nurse, so caring for others was something Alex grew up with. She was the middle child of 3, active, energetic, very social. In school, she absolutely loved sports, first soccer, then hockey. People remember her as someone who never gave up until the very end. They even called her fire on ice, not because she was aggressive, but because of her determination to win. But adulthood brought different challenges. Despite the confident exterior, Alex struggled with depression early on. After getting her medical license and starting work at the clinic, she quickly built a reputation as someone you could rely on. She stayed after shifts, covered for colleagues, took on the hardest night shifts. Not for the money, she just couldn't walk away knowing someone needed help. Her patients would often say, "With her, you feel calm. She makes you feel like you're not alone." Behind the scenes, everything was completely different. Alex was struggling with an addiction to prescription medication, and a few years earlier she even tried to take her own life by taking an excessive dose of pills. She survived. She went through rehab, and at her recovery graduation, she stood up and said, "I chose light over the darkness." People clapped, but honestly, hardly anyone understood how much strength it took for her to say that. Her social media photos showed the same smiling, calm, cheerful Alex. But the people closest to her, they saw those moments when she would just kind of shut down, like she mentally drifted away, trying to escape her own thoughts. And, it happens so often. The ones who save others aren't always fast enough to save themselves. On the outside, her life seemed completely stable. Quiet apartment near the city center, workouts, girls' nights out, occasional trips, no legal issues, no conflicts with neighbors. But the past few months, they changed everything. She had a boyfriend officially, the guy she was planning a future with. But at the same time, she was secretly involved with someone she trusted, but probably never should have. In 2020, she met Matthew Ecker, a man she worked with. He was married, with children. They both knew exactly what they were doing, and still, they didn't stop. Their relationship became the shadow part of her life, the part she hid from everyone, even when the cracks had already begun to spread inside her. He supported her financially when she lost her job after a relapse, when she once again reached out for psychological help. He was there when she said, "Sometimes I don't have much hope left for life." And that same man, the one she believed was her support, was the last person to see her alive that night. It was just a regular Friday evening in St. Paul. People went out to unwind after the work week, grab a drink, listen to music, talk to someone. From the outside, everything looked so ordinary. Dim lighting, neon signs, the buzz of conversations, that mix of alcohol and perfume hanging in the air. Among those people was Alex, and she didn't come alone. With her was Matthew Ecker, the man she was secretly involved with. And just a few tables away was her official boyfriend, who had also shown up that night. This place was supposed to be neutral territory, somewhere they could just hang out and, pretend nothing needed to be decided. But when your past, your present, and the thing that was supposed to be your future all end up in the same room, tension becomes unavoidable. Security footage shows Alex walking into the bar with Ecker. They're talking quietly, almost intimately. Then her boyfriend joins them. His face looks tense. And then it happens, the first eye contact between the two men. Quick, but oh my God, loud enough without a single word spoken. And that's exactly when something starts to crack. According to witnesses, the atmosphere shifted instantly. Alex tried to stay calm, smiling like nothing was happening. But you could see it, her shoulders were tense, and her eyes kept darting around way too often. Matthew, unlike her, acted confident, almost possessive, like she belonged to him. One of the patrons later said, "He didn't look at her like a man who loves a woman. He looked at her like someone he refuses to lose." And when the conversation turned into an argument, first quiet, then sharp, the alcohol stopped mattering. This was the moment when her heartbeat got louder than the music in that bar. After a short but heated argument, the atmosphere in the bar became heavy. Alex kept trying to smooth things over, asking more than once to stop the conversation. But both men, her boyfriend and Matthew, had already crossed the line, each in their own way. Around 11:15 p.m., she leaves the bar. On camera, her movements look fast, tense. Matthew Ecker walks out right behind her. Her official boyfriend exits shortly after, but in the opposite direction. Their paths split at that moment, but only one leads to what happened that night. In the parking lot, a brief exchange. Alex gestures that she wants silence. Matthew agrees. Witnesses say he appeared calm to the point of being cold. She looked exhausted. They get into the car. What followed were 25 minutes of driving, words no one heard, and words she never got the chance to tell. According to investigators, they spoke during that time, not calmly, intensely, with no witnesses. 11:49 p.m., a camera outside her building captures their arrival. Alex steps out first. Matthew follows a few steps behind. She walks faster, like she wants to get ahead. He walks slower, like he isn't in a hurry, like he's controlling the pace. Just before entering the building, she turns around to look at him, not with fear, more like exhaustion. That is the last moment she's seen alive on record. Then, the camera captures what would later become one of the key frames in the case. She opens the door first. He follows. The hallway light turns on, and then, just a few seconds later, goes out. After that silence, because everything that happened inside that apartment, the cameras never saw. Police were not yet on their way. Paramedics had no idea where they'd soon be headed. Inside that apartment, only two people. One of them was no longer breathing. The other picked up the phone and called 911. 2:50 a.m., the moment when everything that had happened over the previous hours was spoken out loud for the very first time. Pay attention not just to what he says, but to how he says it.
How can I help you?
I got a girl who shot herself in the head.
Where's the gun? Where's the gun?
It's the gun is right here. I have a conceal and carry license.
Is she still alive? Is she alive? Is she breathing?
No.
Right after the 911 call, the police unit headed out immediately. The first officers arrived at the scene within minutes. Their body camera captured everything from the very first second. The apartment door was slightly open. Standing in the hallway, Matthew Ecker. No visible injuries, no signs of a struggle, but in a state you could only describe as controlled panic. He walks toward the officers. He doesn't run out. He doesn't collapse to the floor. He just waits for them there, in the hallway.
Okay.
The officers enter the apartment and head straight toward the bathroom. What they see inside would later be described as one of the most disturbing scenes in their entire careers. Lying on the cold tile floor is 32-year-old Alexandra Pennig, motionless, no signs of life. Her clothes soaked in blood, the gunshot to her chest. Next to her left hand, a .380 caliber pistol. At first glance, it could have looked like a suicide, but certain details immediately raised red flags. The weapon was placed almost neatly, not like it slipped and hit the floor during a fall. There were no gunshot residue marks on her hands, and the angle of the bullet wound definitely not typical for a self-inflicted shot. While paramedics confirm the death, officers escort Matthew Ecker down the hallway. He keeps repeating that he just heard the shot and didn't get there in time. But the way he says it, oh my God, it doesn't sound like despair. It sounds like he's trying to justify something. In one of the officer's body cam recordings, you can clearly hear a whisper. This doesn't look like suicide. And right at that moment, this case stops being just an incident. Police move Matthew aside to figure out what really happened.
Oh.
Is she your girlfriend?
Yeah.
What's going on tonight?
I'm gonna be totally honest.
Just take your time. Take your time. Keep breathing. And you can just start talking when you're ready. Okay? You're not in a rush.
Oh my God, why did she do
Police department.
that? God. Oh God, why did she do that?
Just keep breathing.
Oh,
You gotta keep breathing. Were you gonna argue? Were you guys arguing or something?
No.
Did you say anything?
We're friends.
Okay.
She is a girlfriend of mine. Oh my God, I'm married, and she has been. Oh, my girlfriend was just
Take your time.
for like 2 years, and I'm a terrible person for that. And we went to a bar.
Today?
Yep.
Okay.
What's the bar? Does that make sense? Yep. And her boyfriend confronted me. He punched me. Oh, Alex.
You say her boyfriend punched her?
Her boyfriend punched me,
Okay.
and he got kicked out.
Okay.
And we came back here after that. Like, everything was fine.
Matthew admits that he was married and that the victim had been his girlfriend on the side for over 2 years.
Help her feel safe. God damn it. I should have gotten the girls. Oh my God.
Now Matthew says he came here to help Alex feel safe after she allegedly called him saying she was scared of her ex-boyfriend following an argument. You know, according to him, that's why he showed up to protect her.
Rejecting me, and I know you've been talking to this officer, but she locked herself in the bathroom.
Yes, she did.
How did you get into the bathroom?
I broke it. I just like slammed into the door after I heard the shot.
Okay.
I don't.
And then how long? It said that you waited a little bit to call police.
No, I looked at her, I ran back out, and I couldn't find my phone. And I tried to find her.
Okay. And then, did you touch her at all or move her?
I did, yeah, absolutely.
Where was she?
She was laying where she was.
Okay, so how did you move her? Like, what did you do? I know it's.
I tried to. All the thing, I just. The hole in her head, and she was trying to breathe.
She was trying to breathe, and you were trying to stop the breathing or the blood. So how did you try to give first aid? I know it's.
I know. I'm an NP.
Okay.
I work in an emergency department. And I saw her take a couple of just, like, chain stokes breathing.
Yeah.
Like, I understood that this was just done.
Mm-hmm.
She just, I tried what I could.
So, and I know that I just have to because I have
Yeah,
a medical examiner.
I get it. Like, I tried to do what I could.
Okay.
And then I washed my hands. And
Then you washed your hands,
Correct. That's why I don't have anything on my hands.
and then you called the police.
Were you guys arguing at all when you got back?
No. She was arguing with her boyfriend.
So she has a boyfriend and you do have a wife, but you guys are together,
We're just.
significant others, for 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you live by yourself or with your family?
No. My wife and 4 kids.
Okay. Does your wife know you down here? Oh, okay. Does she know that you have a relationship with?
No.
Okay.
It looks terrible.
Now, Matthew tells the officer that not only is he married, he also has 4 children. And then, this 45-year-old man makes yet another attempt to shift suspicion onto someone else. Like, oh my God, instead of showing any real shock or remorse, he's already trying to redirect attention. You can hear it in the way he speaks, calm, calculated, almost as if he's lining things up to fit his version of the story.
Don't beat yourself up, man.
No, I. God damn it. She's not the most stable person. She's drinking. I should have known.
Do you guys drink a lot?
She does.
Did you? Did you too?
I mean,
You guys went to 3 bars.
yeah, I had a bit today.
Okay.
And she's had a bit. And she drinks a lot. And I did today. And the time was, it was after. It was after a night of drinking for her. So I know that she's been sad. But she had an interview for a job today. She's been trying to push forward.
After a brief questioning, investigators decide to find out what exactly happened between Alex and her official boyfriend that night, since he was also at the bar during the confrontation. And here's the important part. According to the report, officers were expecting an emotional reaction, shock, maybe panic, even hysterics. But what they actually saw, oh my God, became one of the reasons this case was officially reclassified from suicide to possible homicide.
Witness, it says you were with Matt Ecker.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay. And Alexandra? Do you know Alex Pennig?
I know who Alex is. That's I've been dating her.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Right now you're dating her?
I have been.
Oh, sure.
So I don't know
Did you
what.
see her last night by chance?
I didn't. I didn't run into her last night. No. I don't know. I haven't been talking.
The man claims he never even saw his ex at the bar, despite video footage clearly proving the opposite, and he said this before police officially told him what had happened. You know, that detail alone raises so many questions.
For her. And we have investigators downtown who would like to chat with you about last night. And
It's not good news for her.
yeah,
What do you mean? Is she okay?
no.
What do you mean?
So the investigators she was in a lot of trouble.
She's in a lot of trouble?
And the investigators want to chat with you about what you know of her. For some reason, they know that you were an ex-boyfriend or something, that you might have information about who she hangs out with. Potentially, you were with them at a bar last night.
I wasn't.
Okay, it's just somebody, one of her other friends that mentioned your name.
Is she okay?
She's passed away.
No.
Yeah. And
Oh.
that's why we need you to talk to the investigators.
Oh.
I can't share all that. I don't have all the information. The investigators need to chat with you. We could just get Abby on the line.
No way. Alex Pennig? You're kidding me.
No, I would
You're
not.
kidding me.
I wouldn't.
God.
I'm sorry to be the bearer.
Please, no.
So,
I didn't see you yesterday, but I've been. You're kidding me.
no,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, kid.
You cannot.
I know it's obviously as serious as it gets.
Oh my God! Like that's like I was talking about like moving out of my place and like moving in with her. We've been like she's been okay. Like
You've dated in the past, you've just
we've been like
rekindling?
No, we've been like consistently like dating like for the past like 3 months.
Oh. Okay.
Now Alex's ex-boyfriend says they'd only been seeing each other for a couple of months. But oh my god, as we're about to find out, he has company.
Okay.
Alex is dead.
Shut up. What? What?
I'm the police. Sorry to interrupt.
What? You're lying.
So we
What happened?
so we're not the lead investigators. We are here. They've asked us to come ask Shane to come chat with.
I'm so sorry. What happened?
I don't have all the answers, and that's what I'm telling him too, is that I would like him to speak with the investigators who do have all the answers. It's only fair to him, and it's fair to everybody involved. So what we're asking is that he come with us just to just talk to them. And
Are you kidding me?
Not kidding.
So now I have to go talk.
While investigators were questioning Matthew at the scene, the forensic team began their work, and very quickly it became clear what initially looked like suicide absolutely didn't hold up under closer inspection. According to the medical examiner, Alex died sometime between 12:30 and 1 a.m. That means she was dead for almost 2 hours before Matthew called 911. And the first major question was, why did he wait so long? The shot was fired at an angle from right to left, slightly top down. For someone shooting themselves, especially while holding the weapon in their left hand, as Matthew claimed, that angle is almost physically impossible. There was no gunshot residue on Alex's hands. In cases of self-inflicted gunshot, this is incredibly rare, practically unheard of. Meanwhile, on Matthew's fingers, experts detected microscopic traces he couldn't explain during questioning. But what alarmed forensic experts the most was the positioning of the body and the weapon. The gun was lying next to her hand too neatly, like someone had placed it there. One of the criminalists later said, "When someone shoots themselves, the weapon falls chaotically. Here, it looked like it had been set down." On Alex's wrist, they found a fresh bruise, and on her neck a faint pressure mark. Her blood showed alcohol, not a lethal amount, but enough to weaken her physically. After the examination, the expert delivered the conclusion that changed the entire course of the case. The likelihood of suicide almost zero. The shot was fired by someone else, from close range. And that's when it became obvious this was no longer a death investigation. This was now a murder investigation. And the main suspect wasn't the man who left the bar last. It was the man who made the 911 call, the one who claimed he was trying to help her, the one who was next to her when she took her final breath, Matthew Ecker. And just a few hours after the incident, he was brought to the police station. That's where the camera recorded the exact moment investigators informed him he was being charged with murder.
The reason why we are asking about the timeline so much, and you know, you're a doctor, the blood in around her on the toilet in the sink was dry already.
Okay.
When the police got there. So we're wondering, maybe is the timeline maybe just a little bit off? Because I mean, you know, as a doctor, that blood doesn't dry that quick and doesn't start flaking or anything. And by the time that the police officer arrived, they noticed that it was dried already. And
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that I got up and went out and then came back and then went out again. I mean, it was not long. Not long. I'm gonna be honest, I just, despite all of the training that I have, I didn't know what to do. It's a lot easier when it's not. It's just.
I mean, you think it's possible you maybe passed out at all?
It wasn't. I don't think it would have been that long.
Because the blood was starting to coagulate.
It was that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I may have gone. It's possible that I went out to try to find the phone and then came back and that was doing stuff and then went out to get the phone again. And I mean, I don't think I passed out at all. Did I remember? Pretty sure I didn't. But it wasn't long. I mean, it was not long. It was not a long amount of time.
And you said when you guys went to the bar, you guys sat on opposite ends of the bar.
To start with, because her boyfriend was there.
But you guys knew that her boyfriend was there in the first place. So why did you guys go there?
She didn't want. I don't know if she wanted to. She's show you up the cart person that ruffles feathers. Yeah. Okay. And I sat on the opposite end because I didn't. She told me to sit there. We didn't want to do anything real crazy. But what she went around, and he came over and they started arguing. Then I came around again.
Have you done surgeries before?
No.
Okay. So, you know, when you get blood all over your hands and then you go into the sink and you,
Yeah.
or the handle to the sink, right? There should be blood on that
There should be
handle.
blood, yeah.
There's
no blood in the handle of the sink.
and there's nothing in the sink, and the sink is,
I rinsed my hand.
the sink's dry. There's no water or anything.
I didn't do this. I didn't do this to her.
She did it herself. So now it's a matter of you explaining what the situation was.
That door to the bathroom was shut. I don't know what happened.
You gotta look at the situation. You gotta look at what we're looking at.
I can't.
You know, she's been your girlfriend for 2 years.
I get it.
Right?
I get what
Something
this looks
happened
like.
and again, I've said it like 100 times, you're a doctor, you know blood. You know blood. You know that if you put someone's, for starters, I suck at shooting with my left hand because I am right-handed, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do something with my left hand if I want it done.
With her left hand, it was in her left
But
hand.
then to have her left hand completely clean.
It was in her left
completely
hand.
clean.
I can't explain that.
Even if she did do it herself, there would be blood on her hand, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you say what you did and put it back on, there definitely 100% should be blood on her hand, right?
Yeah.
Her hand is completely dry, clean. That's what my partner here is saying. Right now, all this evidence does not add up.
I can't.
I just want you to just think. I just want you to think about this and what you're...
You're asking me to confess to something I didn't do.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you just to think about it. I'm asking you to think about it. I'm asking you to think about your wife and your 4 kids.
Oh my God.
So,
the change that I have, and I was scared. After this had happened, and I maintained that the shot went off behind the closed door. I was not in the bathroom when that went off. I will maintain that until the day I die. I did take the gun and I put it in my suitcase. I got scared for a second. I didn't know what was going on. I took the gun. I may have put it in the holster. I don't remember if I did or not. I put it in the suitcase, went back, looked at her, and said, yep. Went back to the suitcase, grabbed a gun, and put it back there. I don't know what my plan was there. I don't know what I was thinking. I got scared for a second, but that is what I did.
Did you clean the gun off?
I did not clean the gun off.
So there's going to be blood inside the holster and then blood inside the suitcase?
There should be. If there was blood on the gun, there should be. That's all. I didn't clean the gun off. That gun went off behind a closed door. I don't know what happened. She doesn't strike me as somebody who would have done that. I don't know if she... I don't know. I don't know if she slipped. I don't know if she accidentally did it. I don't know.
What would your point of getting rid of the gun was why?
I got scared. I got scared.
But scared of what, I guess?
I don't know. Getting in trouble. Because I knew it was my gun. Still here, I got scared. And then I knew it was wrong. And I put it back in there. It was up here when I got it.
Well, it must have took you a long time, because by the time the officers got there, the blood's dry. The other blood's coagulated.
this is your time.
I freaked out. I took the gun. I put it in my case. I brought it back. I put it on her chest. I moved. I was...
Yeah. I believe you, man. I believe that you did that, but...
Things were good between us. Things were fine. This was
Were they
not.
though? Were they though?
Yeah.
You just got punched by her ex-boyfriend at a bar.
I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about
But
that.
things were good?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
That's why I
honestly
was
saying that
here.
things were good. You guys have been dating for 2 years, and you have a wife and 4 children at home. Things weren't good,
Things were
Matthew.
fine.
Things weren't good. She wasn't happy with that. I mean, honestly. She was jealous,
We
I'm
had to
sure.
understand.
Tell you right now, I'm just gonna let you know right now what the process is. My partner's been really good with you, okay? Not a self-inflicted gun. No, I'm telling you that right now.
It is.
Okay.
That she,
And
I did not do this.
And you manipulated
I did.
with a person to make it look like she shot herself.
No,
I think you did get scared, but I think you got scared for another reason before the cops showed up. I think you had to sit there for a little bit and decide, what the am I going to tell these cops? What am I going to say?
No.
Because earlier in the night, you get in a fight with her ex-boyfriend. You guys are drinking all day. You already told my partner you might have blacked out before you called the cops. You're not sure. You might have passed out.
I didn't pass. I didn't
Well, you said you
pass
weren't
out.
sure a little bit ago.
Well, you did. Just like you said, you told the cops when you got there that you guys did argue at the apartment. It's on body cam.
We didn't argue with the
But
apartment.
you told the cop that. They have it, they record everything on body worn camera.
Yeah.
You told the cops that we got into a little argument at the apartment, but things were fine. You also told them you went for a little walk.
No, I didn't go for a walk. I did not go for a walk.
Here's the deal. My partner is one down. I'm telling you right now, Matt, I've talked to a lot better people than this right here. This is not fine. I'm not, maybe I'm a little more harsh about it because I've seen enough of this, but it's very clear cut. And she gave you the opportunity to say, hey, this is what really happened, whether it was self-defense, whether it wasn't. Maybe you were pissed at her, you just fucking killed her. I don't know. But if you want to go with the story that she shot herself in the head between the evidence, FSU, the statements, the medical examiner's office, that ain't gonna fly. And you're gonna be sitting in prison for a long time, especially after the fact that not only you're not telling the truth, but that you wanna try to cover it up and put a gun back on her chest. I'm just telling you.
I get how that looks. I got scared with the gun, and I moved the gun, and I'm sorry.
After Matthew Ecker was taken into custody, the case moved into the trial phase. He kept insisting that Alex took her own life, but the evidence it told a completely different story. During the trial, experts carefully reconstructed her final moments. They presented ballistic data, timeline discrepancies, and the results from her forensic examination. And every time they went over the details, one thing became more and more obvious. Alex did not shoot herself. At first, Matthew acted confident, but the longer the trial went on, the more he avoided eye contact. He wouldn't look at Alex's parents, and when they asked him to say just one word, why, he said nothing. Under the pressure of overwhelming evidence, and to avoid having intimate details of the case publicly dissected in court, he agreed to a plea deal and pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. No explanations, no apology. He was sentenced to a long prison term. The door to his cell closed behind him, just as quietly as the door to Alex's apartment closed that night. Her funeral took place a few weeks later. The weather was chilly, typical for Minnesota. More people showed up than anyone expected. Family, friends, hospital co-workers, and even former patients she had cared for. Her mother held Alex's medical badge, her father the hockey jersey she once wore. There weren't many speeches. Most people just stood in silence. When the casket was lowered, a gentle gust of wind brushed against the ribbon on the wreath, as if, for a moment, she smiled again. On her headstone, her family chose to engrave the words she once said after rehab. I chose the light. Even if the darkness wins, it will never erase who I was. This story isn't just about jealousy, control, or lives destroyed. It's about a woman who spent her life saving others but met someone who wouldn't let her save herself.